Hello everyone, Assalamu alaikum. I hope you guys are doing amazing. I am so excited for today's video because obviously this is the hottest question as being a founder of a studio, being an educator. Everyone wants to know, how do you get your clients? Of course, there are a lot of strategies. If you are on school, you know that every week we go live and we talk about different strategies. Either it's through YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, Upwork. And last week we talked about one thing very specific, which was the passion project plan. The idea is to do free work which also aligns with your passion, which gets you the right client that you want to work with. So you're essentially doing the work and putting the work in your portfolio that you want to do. So eventually you will get that client, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play you some very important parts of the recording from my last session that I did, where we talked about a strategy to get work, which is by doing obviously free work. So I want you to go through that. I want you to see what I did as my free projects, or if they were not free, they were very cheap. I didn't really make any profit of those, just to get started in the scene. And for me, I started in the music scene, right? Doing music videos, artworks, and all of that, to work with also brands like Spotify, Red Bull, and all of that. I only wanted to work on my passion. For example, let's say the work that Hoor wants to do, or let's say Suwebia, the spaces that she wants to make, right? They all come into this passionate work that you guys want to do. So most of the times people will not hire you to do that. Just make that very much clear in your head. They would only hire if you create examples of those work. Now, in reality, on paper, if you ask me, Areeb, I'm doing this and I'm really good at it, find me clients who do this, I cannot help you with that, right? It's a very niche thing. And that's what passion mostly is, niche. So if you want to do something that you're passionate about, you show enough examples to kind of do this. So for example, Spotify would be a client for that. Spotify would give me the money that I want, and it also would be aligned with my passion. So hence it goes in my portfolio. Before even getting Spotify, I'll tell you all of the projects that I did for little or no money at all. I worked with this artist called Rosio. I worked with Talal Qureshi, Faris, Shafi, Manu, and I worked with Towers. There was this another band. This is what I did. So little or no money. But with every project, I have the leverage now to be creative, until I got noticed to work at Spotify. That is something that I want you guys to understand at this point. I know you guys want to be good at freelancing and good at making money, but yes, that is supposed to come. For me, I feel like Spotify was a very big snowball effect after that. But until then, I had to do 10, 20 projects with little or no money. After 1 month, not even 1 month of working with Spotify, the next project that I got was called Red Bull. So you can understand how the snowball effect could work. You are probably at this stage right now, or somewhere on this stage, but you need to go through this circle of your case study to get to a point of working with that project, which is going to align with your money part and with your passion. Are you willing to do this? A lot of people are working hard, but they're only working hard for the money part, right? So they're like, oh, there is a niche that gives you more money right now. Right now, let's say it's AI product videos, okay? You do that for money, okay? Do it. Make that money, make that bag. I would really appreciate it, right? Then don't talk about the passion part of your life, right? Because that will come back to you and haunt you. Oh, I wanted to be an artist and a creative, but I'm stuck with doing these projects. I have the money, but I don't have the time because I'm so deep into it. How I wanted to do experimental branding. I did it for colleges in Pakistan. And how did I connect with them? Two of my brothers were part of these colleges. They knew obviously their head or whatever. I connected with, I was like, listen, I'll charge you no money. Let me run your whole campaign. Now I'm putting up these logos of these biggest colleges in Pakistan. And now I've tapped into a new circle, a new network that I didn't have. Everyone knows that you get work from your network. The reason I'm saying this is how do you make your network bigger? So once you kind of do this again and again with different brands, and you do it for 6 months to a year, you will become the core leader. Because when the other person doesn't have money or the resources, you have the leverage to go let me give you a solution. And if the solution is oh, I'll just make a music video, that's an expensive solution. What were tiny solutions, which was, oh, I'll make you an artwork and I'll make you multiple animations of that artwork, or whatever that deliverable division that could be. In anyone's case right now is then identifying, okay, if my ideal client is to work with Spotify, what are the smaller clients, smaller versions of Spotify or Red Bull or or whatever that is. So this is what I got, right? So my friend is in the UK. He's doing a master's in sports and marketing. He was like, Arib, I got some Olympic team in the UK. They don't have a budget. I'm just helping and becoming their creative marketing strategist. And I want to have you come like do one campaign for them so you can put their logo. So I can now have an opportunity to do free work for a team in the UK, right? And obviously only you guys know that I'm doing it for free. But when I put up like an Olympic logo and an England logo, probably their kit sponsor is Nike. Now I can put a Nike logo. You can see like how I'm building a segue by doing free work. Let's say you guys are working with me. You're like, Areeb TV is a cool project. For example, Suevia is already doing a project, right? So Suevia, you should look at it from a few perspectives, right? Which is everyone else. So you are doing a project that makes the artist, which is you, and the company look good. So if your project is not good enough, I wouldn't go like, oh, I want to show the world, because people are going to associate you as a member of Ajeeb, right? So I want you to be the coolest person. The second thing is, so you need to negotiate how can this be portrayed in my portfolio. You may then talk about a few things, which is, can I put logo of Ajeeb if I put this in my portfolio? Can you get a testimonial? The content that I make, can I credit and collab? Because essentially, if you think about it in this brand, you may think about it in different brands too, right? So now you've made this passion project already looking like a real project. Now, if you've made it this far in the video, I would look at it from a very single perspective, which is, okay, Areeb, I want to, let's say, work with Netflix, right? I'll be like, okay, amazing. So if you want to work with Netflix, what are like smaller versions of Netflix that you can work with? So when you work with Netflix, you are ready, right? So find those production houses or studios and whatever, and go like, listen, you are the right client for me, and I would love to collaborate. Right now, obviously, you may have a lot of, you may work with a team or whatever, but let's see how we can collaborate. I just want to do something cool. And sometimes you can pitch ideas to, work with. So you can collaborate with them, work with them, and build on this. And this is the strategy that has worked for me 10 out of 10, right? So if you're someone who wants to put in the work, and especially if you're creating something which is more artistic, more passionate, more experimental, right? So you have to, do the hard work before people notice you and go like, you know what? I want something like this. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you really did, comment below, let me know. And if you want to join school, you can just click the link in bio. So yeah, thank you so much. Have a nice one. Allah Hafiz.